parties and like that. And they're smoking, drinking, eating meat, having sex with undergraduates, I mean, that's the typical college professor. And these people are the source of the education of the elite class of the Western society. But their personal habits are disgusting, abominable, like animal. So what's the use of that? When Bhaktisiddhanta sent his disciples to the West to preach, they went to Germany and they went to England. And at one time they met one member of the House of Lords. And he was very interested. Oh yes, this is very nice. You're translating these books. And they said, yes, we're not only translating, we're also offering the initiation. Initiation, he said. What does that mean? Well, that means you can become a Brahmana. He said, oh, this is amazing. I can become Brahmana by initiation? They said, yes. All you have to do is give up meat eating, illicit sex, intoxication, and gambling, and chant this mantra a minimum of like 2 hours a day. And he said, impossible. These are the people in our government. These are the people who are leading the corporations. These are the people who are educating our youngsters in colleges. The authorities, the leaders, they're all like that. The same kind of character. Have you ever seen an actual, like a senator or a congressman become a devotee? No. Or anyone famous, like a movie star or a sports star, become a nice devotee? No, it doesn't happen. Or a very, very rich man? There might be one or two.
George Harrison.
Yeah, George Harrison is really the only one that I know of. They don't do normally. They don't become devotees because they think they can solve all problems by some material arrangement, or they're getting so much fame and respect from people that they can't imagine worshiping somebody greater than they are. They're in a competition to become the greatest. Remember Muhammad Ali? I'm the greatest. So, they're pretending to be God. That's the big game. And they take it very cynically, that this is a big game. We're all out to imitate God. And the one who's the best imitator, then he becomes, he's the champ or whatever. But you see that then this ruins them. Look at Michael Jackson. He had so much fame, he had so much money. He could write his own ticket anywhere. He could do anything. He had complete freedom, even to do what we would regard as criminal activities. But because he had so much money, somehow he got away with it. Or O.J. Simpson, same thing. Everybody's pretty convinced that he killed his wife and her lover, but he got away with it somehow in the court by money, by good lawyers. So this is going on, in the material world. And these people don't have any moral principles. Simply they do whatever they think they can get away with. And in many cases they apparently do get away with it. But of course Krishna knows everything, and his justice is infallible. And so we never really get away with it. It always comes back to haunt us in the form of a karmic reaction. That's the justice of the universe is perfect. Maybe not on the human level, but certainly on the divine level. Because we all have to take another body in the next life. And that's decided by higher authorities. Not human authorities, but divine authorities. Yamaraj and Krishna. And they have advanced intelligence, far greater than human intelligence. And they know everything, basically. They have access to complete records of all of our activities. So we can't fool them. But we have to attain nice moral qualities, beginning with truthfulness. Earlier there was a nice list of good qualities that every great personality has to have. And it begins with truthfulness, cleanliness, mercy, perseverance, renunciation, peacefulness, simplicity, control of the senses, equilibrium of the mind, austerity, equality, forbearance, placidity, learning, knowledge, detachment, etc., etc., etc. So if one does not have all these qualities, even though he may have a big position in the material world, he's just like dog and cat. But if someone has a low position in this material world as things go, but he is decorated with these great qualities, then this is first class human being. This is the kind of person that we want to associate with. But we don't care whether they're rich or poor, that doesn't matter. What matters is the quality of their moral standing. Because if they have good morality, if they're a sincere, honest person, then of course they're going to take up this esoteric teaching. Because we find that Kṛṣṇa is equally sincere, equally truthful, equally dependable and responsible. He's not an irresponsible creator, but he creates so many living entities, and he also gives the means by which they can attain perfection. See? Everything is there. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati one time said, there's nothing missing in this material world except Kṛṣṇa consciousness. Everything is there. There's no shortage. Simply, if some people are starving or some people are poor, it's because some other rascals are hoarding, driving up the price and making it unavailable. Actually, everything is there. And if we had nice service activities, nice service attitudes, then the people who grew the food and the grain and stuff like that, they would make sure that it was distributed properly. See, but because we don't have good morals, we allow some people to cheat in the name of profit. And therefore, the whole human society is suffering. Everyone is in anxiety, worrying about profit and money and stuff like that. This is totally unnecessary. Total unnecessary. Yeah, anyway, we've discussed all these things. So we want Kṛṣṇa. Because Kṛṣṇa is all good. 12. Highly intelligent. A man is called intelligent if he has sharp memory and fine discretion. As far as Kṛṣṇa's memory is concerned, it is said that when he was studying in the school of Sandipani Muni in Avantipur, he showed such a sharp memory that by once taking instructions from the teacher, he immediately became perfect in any subject. Actually, his going to the school of Sandipani Muni was to show the people of the world that however great or ingenious one may be, he must go to higher authorities for general education. However great one may be, he must accept a teacher or a spiritual master. So this is the general principle of Vedic society. Without a spiritual master, without especially the Brahminical class, you can't have Vedic society. Vedic society is dependent upon the Brahmanas. And by the mercy of the Brahmanas, this Vedic knowledge, Vedic education is distributed throughout the whole society. Everyone has access to it, even the Shudras, even illiterate people, because they can go to a temple and they can hear. Even if they can't read, that's all right. They can go to the temple and chant and kirtan, take prasada, and hear from the great souls. So there's a tremendous need for a school that trains up people in Brahminical culture. This school does not exist anywhere except we're trying to establish this University of Higher Knowledge. We have the whole program planned out, the whole structure is there, and we have the first degree program already complete, and now we have more than 30 students going through that program, and then we have the other programs, higher levels, already mapped out, and as soon as the students are ready, then we'll make those courses and they can start. So this is what we're doing. We're trying to train people to be Brahmanas. A Brahmana has certain qualities, certain qualifications, and of course good intelligence is the first. But they also have to have the moral qualities that Kṛṣṇa demonstrates by his own personal activities. Not only they have learning, but good moral qualities. And then their intelligence and their memory is trained. This is the first part of this is about Krishna's memory. Not just by hearing one time, he would learn everything. So memory is cultivated by two things: by training and by purification of the diet. It's very important to get good memory that you take a lot of milk products. Milk products, the fat in milk products is perfectly compatible with the generation of nerve cells and brain cells. And without good brain cells, how can we have good memory? So milk products and prasadam in general is very, very important. Ghee. Ghee is very important for